What's up everybody, I hope you're all doing well and having a good weekend. Welcome to another video. So, the observant among you will realize we are a Lala. I'm gonna get into all that. There's a lot to talk about. We finished 3.0 in the last video, so we've been doing a lot of side stuff. Some interesting stuff has happened on stream, and I got some stories for you. So I hope you enjoy this one. Welcome to Heavensward Part 5. Welcome to another video. Thank you all for being here and watching this one again. As always, there was a ton of comments on the last video. I tried to respond where I could. I read pretty much everyone, so thank you all so much for all your help. The Heavensward story completely took over my life. It was all I did. It was all I did on stream. It was all I did. It's all I played of Final Fantasy. I just completely hammered the MSQ until I got to the end of 3.0. And it was just so good. I just couldn't stop playing it. So for the last few days, like last 4 days maybe, I've been doing the other stuff. There's been some new classes that have unlocked at level 60. There's been some alliance raids opened up. There's been a lot to do. And then we did some fun stuff on stream. And we're also at Lala, so I've got that to talk about too. But it's been fun. We've had a very fun few days. If you've been there on Twitch, on stream, thank you so much. We've been having some great fun over there. I'll link that down below if you do ever want to join. Other than that, let's get straight in to Heavensward Part 5. So over on Twitch, there's this thing called channel points. Basically, the more you watch the stream, you earn these points that you can spend on interactive things. And one of them was a big reward that I didn't think anybody would ever get. And it was 100,000 channel points called the Ultimate Risk. And somebody redeemed it at the end of 3.0. The Ultimate Risk was the opportunity to challenge me to a death roll competition. If you win, you got to choose a major change like switching my race to something of your choosing. We played a Lala, so you know what their intention was. For those who aren't familiar with death rolling, they're pretty big in World of Warcraft, but maybe not so much in Final Fantasy, I'm not so sure. But basically, you set the rules between what you will roll. And you roll in turn, and it goes down and down and down every time. So we started rolling out of 999. If you roll, say, 500, I would then roll out of 500. And whatever you roll becomes the new maximum you can roll to. And the first person to roll a 1 is out. So you can see here, we start on 999. Zizani got a 853, so then I had to roll out of 853. I started out pretty strong, 851 out of 853. There's a pretty good roll. And then they would have to roll out of 851. So you can see it goes down and down and down each time. My next one would be to roll out of 375. And it quickly boils down to 6. So Zizani rolled a 6. I had a 1 in 6 chance of being out. And here it is. /random 6. And I think you know where this went. We did a big lose. So let the Fantasia begin. And if you watch my very first episode, all those 2 months ago probably, I said I don't really get Lalafells. I don't really get it. It's not me. I kind of like more cooler or edgier looking characters if I can make them. So I really didn't want to turn into a Lalafell, but this was something I set up as a challenge. I didn't think anyone would get to these 100,000 points, and then I didn't think I would lose. So, you know, my overconfidence was my downfall. So here we are. I turned myself into a Lalafell for 1 week. So I'll show you the character creation because I tried to make him as cool as possible, but he just ended up looking cute. And there it was. Lalafell Marty was willed into existence. And what an entrance. This is how I logged in. Pretty fun. I've been a Lalafell for a few days now, and it's there are things I like about it. There are things I don't, but it does have its cuteness to it. So yeah, most of this video, I will be a Lalafell. So the first thing to do at level 60 was to unlock the 2 new classes, so the Dancer and the Gunbreaker. And I've never wanted to be a cat boy more than taking the Dancer quest, because it looked so funny on the Lalafell. Dancer is a class where I don't like the aesthetic and I don't like the style, like dancing with two these chakra things. Doesn't sit well with me at all. But the play style was amazing. It was so free, so like liberating and so fun. Like you just click the flashy things, right? It was really fun, unpredictable. As someone who likes to gamble, the RNG was really, really up there. So it was super fun to play as. I really, really did enjoy it. I only played through the story quest to unlock the class and to the introduction, but it was really, really fun. Much more fun than I was expecting. And the whole like dance partner and the buffing, I could really see myself playing this, but I don't know. I just can't get over the aesthetic. It just doesn't, it's not me. So I think this will be something I level up later down the line once I've leveled up all the ones that I really want to. And maybe I'll come back to it. What do you guys think? Are there anyone out there who doesn't like the look and the feel of the Dancer, but really likes the playstyle? And did you try it? I'd love to know. And of course, I apologize here that my hotbars probably look like hot mess. I literally unlocked the class, threw some skills on, and just tried it. Yeah, I really, really like the whole like the 4 steps thing, like the dancing thing. The randomness was just so fun. I mean, maybe it's just because I didn't know what I was doing, but yeah, I just really like the dashing around like at super speed. It reminded me a lot of being a rogue in World of Warcraft. Like the old school rogue was super, super agile, super limber, could like stun, get away, break out. And it was really, really fun. I mean, maybe the rogue's like that on this. I haven't really played the rogue enough. But the Dancer just has that fun and free vibe that I really like. So I'm tempted, despite not liking how it looks. I'm tempted. Maybe I don't like how it looks. I'm a Lalafell. Maybe I'll go back and try it on my cat. But yeah, I really, really, the playstyle is up there. I think I said like Machinist seemed really fun, and I want to try that. And this one's up there. Like it seems really fun, and I want to try more. And then from fun and serious onto dark and edgy. This is one that I've been wanting to try for a while. Ever seeing like Daius with the gun weapon and like the old Final Fantasy VII, like Cloud Strife. I've recently played Final Fantasy VII Remastered, and yeah, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VII. It's probably the first Final Fantasy I played. Huge fan. I love the whole like Gunblade style. So this class was really fun to play. I'm surprised that it's a tank. Like I really thought Gunblade, based on like, I don't know, old Final Fantasy games and just the aesthetic of a guy with a gun and a sword would be a DPS. I thought they'd make a really cool DPS. So yeah, I was kind of shocked to see it was a tank. But someone said it's 3 DPS in a trench coat. I don't know. But yeah, it feels very combo DPS heavy. I'm not seeing where the tanking stuff comes in. But yeah, you've got all like the standard tank abilities. I've got a Paladin at like level 58. So I have seen, I've got the same tanking abilities and the same like, the same status effects and stuff, but yeah, it feels still very like a combo in DPS. So yeah, I'm really not sure. Like, is this a good tank? Like, does it hold up against like Dark Knight and Paladin, or is it a weaker one that's more DPS heavy? Because it felt like I was just pure DPSing, and whenever I got hit, I was just getting slapped. So yeah, I'd love to know what's this one like. Is it viable? Is it competitive? And is it fun? Or would you stick with something like a Paladin? Because for this one, the aesthetic is there. I love the look. I love the style. I think it's so cool, edgy. All the armor's like black. Absolutely love it. It just doesn't feel like a tank. Like when I've got my Paladin with the sword and shield and all my defensives, I felt like a tank. Here, I'm just not sure. So yeah, any Gunbreaker mains want to let me know in the comments what it's like. And then in terms of the story, I think the Dancer intro story was really, really good. The Gunbreaker was a little drier. I've got no idea what they're going to be like going forward. There's just so many classes. I know I'm not gonna see more of this story like anytime soon, because I've got like a main, I've got a healer on the side, and then I've got a tank on the side. There's like 3 classes I'm trying to level up. So I know I'm not going to go back and try the Gunbreaker for a long time, but I really want to see where the story goes. So yeah, there's so many classes. Yeah. How do you guys get over having so many classes, and like, what does anyone else just want to play them all the time, or is that just me? And then it was time to do some Heavensward content, and a load of people were asking me to try the next Alliance raid, I think it's called, the 24-man thing, the Void Ark. And wow. So we did this on stream, and we managed to get 24 people to go through it. Some for the first time, some going back and doing it on minimum item level for the first time, and some people who'd done it before. So we managed to get 24 full people for a minimum item level run, no echo I think as well, of the Void Ark, the full 3 raids, the Void Ark, the other one, and then the other one, the three series. And this completely blew me away. I love the Crystal Tower raid. I thought the story was good, the bosses were cool. If back then I would have probably said Crystal Tower was like an 8 or a 9. Going back now after doing Void Ark, Crystal Tower takes a huge drop because Void Ark just blew it out the water. The story was dark, edgy, awesome. The bosses were so cool. There were certain bosses in Crystal Tower that I maybe liked a bit more than Void Ark, but Void Ark as a whole, as a story, was just phenomenal. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, I'll show some of that now. And if you want to see like the full minimum item level run with like reactions and like the on-stream clips like I normally share of, like I think I did Praetorian minimum item level that I shared on here. If you want to see the full clear, I also shared the Crystal Tower full clear. If you want to see the same but for Void Ark, whatever they're called, the full 3 raids, let me know and I will post that video. So the first part of the series was the Void Ark raid. That was the first part of this Alliance raid series, and this was the first boss that was really cool. So you had this big, like leafy creature monster. It looked very much like something out of The Last of Us, you know, with like they get infected by plants and they get like this plague thing. This you know what I mean, from The Last of Us, where they turn into like flower monster things. It looked like that. And then you had this big thing in the middle that it was attached to that you had to DPS down. And then as you broke it down further, it would start to evolve and new mechanics would get introduced, new ads and stuff. It was just really, really cool. Really, really interesting. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think we cleared this first time, even on minimum item level. So I didn't fully get all the mechanics because some stuff would hit me and I get healed through. Because I think we just smashed this fight really well. And then this guy was much harder. Yeah, I think we wiped on this. I'm not sure, or we got like really low and had to be healed by LB3. I can't remember, but this was a really interesting one. You had to use like maybe I just died a lot. I think it was just me because you had to use these platforms. There's like 4 big platforms, and you had to use the platforms to get away from the big full cleared poison, which would cover the whole floor. And then ads would spawn on the platforms as well that you had to DPS down. Really cool fight. There was nothing too exciting, like there was nothing too confusing here, but overall there was enough mechanics and they used them in a way that was unique that it was just a really good fight. Yeah, there was the wipe. Yeah, so there were these things that came around the outside and they would like blow up in clockwork, and I think you had to go and take them out yourself and take the hit to break the chain. Pretty cool mechanic, but yeah, we did not know it. I always find it really interesting how like people that have played the game for years have never done these fights on minimum item level or when they were current, so they don't actually know the mechanics, which is what we've seen quite a lot. So thank you all so much, like anyone who comes to the stream or anyone who helps out in game, because I wouldn't be able to do these. I wouldn't be able to get 24 people together to do these on minimum item level to get the real experience if it wasn't for you all joining these with me. And I know a lot of you are getting something out of it. You're getting to see these fights for yourself for the first time, but some of you are just coming to help out. So thank you all so much. Like we've done Crystal Tower, Praetorium, so many things that would have been just a quick rush job have been a real hard and progressive challenge that I might not have experienced playing solo. So thank you all so much for that. And then yeah, the final fight against Echidna was pretty cool as well. This one probably wasn't my favorite of the 3, but still, nonetheless, a pretty cool fight. She looks pretty cool, pretty interesting, some cool mechanics. Here's me clearly not doing the mechanics right. But yeah, it was a pretty cool fight. Always take time for a G pose. But hands down, the best part about this whole raid series was the story. This dark, big, void-sent evil ship with these big monsters that have been summoned inside, laying dormant in these coffins. Just so edgy, so cool. You've got a giant Diablo-like creature There's like, everything about it was just so eerie, weird, and cool. I love this like aesthetic of, dark and eerie monsters and environments. And this was just top tier. This was a 10 out of 10 experience. And here's the coolest bit: this big, evil coffin being drawn out of the Void Ark ship, and being taken through the portal. The Queen's coffin. So cool. I did this on stream and just lost my mind at how cool this was. Amazing. Then we slept off the excitement, and the next day we rallied the troops together. I gave a semi-motivational speech. We all lined up and we got ready to take part in the next minimum item level Alliance Raid, the second part of the series. We also tried to get a Mexican wave going, and as you can see, that was a massive fail. And then we marched onwards to the weeping city of Mac. Out of the three, this was definitely the most weird. There was the most weird stuff going on. You had some very interesting and unique bosses, and it was just in a weird environment. Like, the idea here was to go and capture the Nullstone. Just a really weird place, but really cool boss fights. And hands down, the coolest thing, the most standout thing here was the big Ozma fight. This massive orb ball. This was a secret boss in one of the old Final Fantasies, people keep telling me, but I don't think I ever saw it. Maybe I just never got there, or never got far enough into the game for it. But yeah, this was just so epic. I'm probably failing all the mechanics as well. But yeah, this was a really interesting fight. You fight this giant orb in all these different areas. There's the ads, and then you get like sucked into these different worlds. Completely crazy, random, and insane boss. Absolutely loved it. Like, as soon as it ended, I was like, I want to do it again. And that means it was fun, right? I absolutely love this boss. Such a cool idea. And seeing stuff like this makes me excited for what's to come. And Ozma was pretty easy compared to this fight. This last I can't see it from here. Calisteri. This fight was insane. We got slapped so hard. Every mechanic just hit me like a truck. I think we wiped like 2 or 3 times here. I guess that's why people call it the wiping city of Mac. This was such a cool fight. There was so many mechanics here that wiped us, and so many things that people hadn't seen before a minimum item level that we just weren't expecting. And I died a lot. We wiped a lot, but it was fun. We got through it in the end, and it was just such a cool experience to work through those mechanics as a team and overcome them, because this was a really interesting one. Some of the tells weren't as obvious as in normal bosses. There was definitely some tells here which were more you had to read the text, or you had to watch what she was doing rather than looking for things on the floor. So yeah, this was a really cool fight. Really good way to end the second trial raid, Alliance Raid. Cheapos. And then the final part, the done Scaith, was absolutely amazing. It was such a good finale to the story. Every boss just slapped. Every boss was just so unique and cool. You can see this Jester boss here completely slapped our party a few times. So many cool mechanics in here. But this final raid was all about the ending, Diablos. This was insane. I think if I had to rate them, I would say, just because of this final fight, the final tier and the story, Dun Scaith was the best. Then for uniqueness of bosses, the second one was the best, where you go and get the Nullstone. And then for location, Void Ark was the best. So overall, the 3 tiers just had something incredible about them that just made them stand out. This final fight completely blew me away. I was not expecting anything like this. I've never seen anything like this in World of Warcraft in 15 years. It was completely insane. They just broke down the 4th wall. They just broke the barriers down and just did something crazy. And you got to be a part of it. And it was so cool. So if you fought him in, what was it? Ampador, maybe? It was that you fight him somewhere else, and there's the whole like door thing. You can open up void doors. So the void door thing was a repeating occurrence in the fight, which was cool. But then you got this thing here. This giant DPS check against the life gate to stop him doing what he needed to do. And the whole team is just plowing at this life gate, and you just see the push between him and you. It was incredible. I was completely stunned by this. Such a good way to end this tier, this series. Phenomenal. I can't say enough good. This is a 10 out of 10. I'd go to 11 if I could. This is the best Alliance raid so far, and I can't wait to see what comes next. Cheapos. One of the best things that surprised me about this is I don't think I got any gear from this entire 3 series raid tier. I don't think I got any gear or any cosmetics or anything cool. But I still had an incredible, and this probably took like 5+ hours to get through all 3 on minimum mime level. But I had an incredible time, and I'd go do it again without worrying about gear or drops or glam or pets, or just because it was fun. And that's something I never had in WoW. In WoW, it was always, what item drops here? What item am I going for? And if I don't get it on that boss, I'm angry. And I guess if you're progging this every single week and you were relying on the item, it'd be different. But the dungeons and like that, everything just seems fun on its own without the need for being there for gear. And I really like that so far. Also, cat. Very cool cat. This whole thing, phenomenal. They just introduce characters and they just make you love them within like the space of one night. So cool. Such a good ending. Amazing. 10 out of 10. I'm probably going to wrap it up here, everybody. This has been like another 20+ minute video. I hope you're still enjoying this series. There's been no MSQ in this entire video, so hopefully that's not a bad thing. The last 4 videos have been very MSQ heavy, so I took pretty much a whole week off the MSQ and just did all this fun side stuff that I've been waiting to do. And I've had a great time. I had a really, really good time. Thank you everyone who's come along to Twitch and who's been a part of it. Thank you everyone who's been like reacting on YouTube, comments, subscribing on YouTube, liking the videos, comment on the videos. Helps me out so much. Like the YouTube algorithm is a mysterious beast, but the more interaction just really helps my channel out. So thank you everyone so much, either on here, on Twitch, even like chatting to me in the Discord. Thank you so much. Other than that, I hope you have a great day. The next video is probably going to be starting on 3.1 Heavensward. I think we got through most optional stuff. Maybe Alexander before that, but yeah, 3.1 is coming very, very soon. So thank you all very much. Subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed this one and you want to see the next one, as you will get notified when it comes out. Other than that, take care. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.